Good evening and welcome back to the Wiener Dog Garage. This is Ben, and I just wanted to kind of give you a rundown of projects that I have going on. It's amazing what you try to split your time with, but this baby right here, it's been in my family for darn near 15, maybe 20, almost 20, yeah, probably 20 years if I think back. This is our family car, a 1971 Chevrolet Impala with the base model 350 V8 air-conditioned sedan. Purchased it at a estate sale for $500 in its original color, and then we had it resprayed because the finish was pretty bad. It was purchased new at Marine Chevrolet in Jacksonville, North Carolina by a Navy doctor, and unfortunately, I'm using it as a storage. It's a great workbench, no, not necessarily a workbench, but a storage area for all of my stuff, kayak, and so on down the line. But it's got new tires on it. Interior's in fairly decent condition. The dashboard finally got its first crack about a year ago, but the fabric on the seat base in the front is starting to deteriorate. No body damage, no rust. I did have the rear window reset on this car, but we bought it for $500. Put new tires on it, or used tires on it, many years ago. And my brother decided he wanted to drive it in high school, so he drove it all throughout high school. Now, of course, as you can see with the window, there was a little surface rust on this, so we actually had it pulled out. We treated it and then reset it. Epoxy coated it, so again, the car is going to be resprayed eventually, but certain people in my family want me to sell the car. My brother and his now wife actually drove this car, and this was the car they dated in. So it's kind of those things you don't want to let go. It was built in Wilmington, Delaware in, I guess, late 70, and then sent directly to Marine Chevrolet in Jacksonville, North Carolina, where the Marine doctor decided he needed an Impala. So it still has his original DOD sticker on there. It was last DOD registered in 1992. It has his 1971, what do you want to call that, Doctors Association sticker on the front bumper. The build sheets are still underneath the front driver's seat. I did run into a man about 10 years ago who actually worked on the assembly line putting the window trim on in this car, and he saw it and he's like, I remember these cars coming down the line in Wilmington. So I was like, wow, that's pretty impressive. But again, this is my 1971 Impala. Brother parted with it because he thought that the Explorer was a better deal, and I said, look, even swap, you take the Explorer and I'll take the Impala. So I paid for the title change and re-registered it, and it's been ours ever since. Many years. It was in storage for a long time ago. It's in storage now. It was in our barn in North Carolina, and the mice unfortunately got to the headliner, which was in mint condition. All the rubbers on the car are in good shape. The door seals, the window trim, the trunk trim, and so on down the line. Everything's great. It does leak a little bit of transmission fluid if not driven, so it does leak a little bit, so I've got a drip pan underneath it. But other than that, it'll start right up. I did remove the exhaust. It was original exhaust. It did have a crimp on it, so I removed the exhaust and put a much louder exhaust on it, so it'll scare cats or make people wet their pants. Other than that, that's it for Sweet Pea. Big old trunk. You could seat 6 people comfortably in this trunk. The next vehicle I'll show you is a car that I picked up in Portland, Oregon, about 4 years ago. It's my 71 MGB GT. This car is being a little bit of a headache right now. This car has the new chrome rims on it, tires. It did suffer, before I moved from Colorado, some hail damage in a storm. So all the bright work around the windows and some of the turn signals got broke. There's a major dent underneath that duct tape, so I just tried to shield that. The seats are out of it right now. They're currently in the back of the Impala so that I could get under and work on it a little bit more. It will run, but it does run really rough right now. There is no rust on this car other than some slight surface rust on the inside the floorboard, but other than that, it's a great little car. It does have the optional electric overdrive. Now, with this electric overdrive, it allows you to drop the RPM significantly on this car. Let me see if I can find the pull cord for the hood. Oh, 1 second. I apologize. You can kind of see the back. We did have a 72 MGB convertible, but for toting around the wiener dog and my wife, it was rather difficult. Apologies for the thumb there. So you can kind of see we did upgrade just about 2 months ago. Now the hood is barely on there right now just for transport, a new intake and carb, but it's being very, very moody and not wanting to run very well. So I've got a new fuel pump to go on this old car and help it get back on the road. So that's it for the GT. Thank you so much for watching. And again, hit the like, share, or subscribe button if you enjoy these videos. Again, no real technical information on this other than just to share this with you. And if you want to know more, just hit me up. Thanks a bunch. Have a good afternoon.